Here's the advice that I would give someone else. Number one, I would host these sort of open casting call happy hours that potentially could be at a bar or a hotel lobby bar. Hotel lobby bars are often much better places than a crowded bar. Pro tip, you don't want to host your meetup at the most popular, coolest place. It's too loud, it's too crowded, it's a nightmare. Hotel lobbies seem nice, they're a little more sophisticated, they're much less empty. So I would host sort of an open casting call at that event to start to build up your list. And then I would be noticing each time who were my favorite guests. You need to do this immediately after the event or during the event. Who are the good people here that have good vibes that I would want to see again later? Now, if you are using these events to build your network and you truly want to meet somebody for coffee, you need to ask them for the coffee at the party itself. At the party itself. You can't think, oh, they came to my event, I'll follow up in a few days and schedule. No, it doesn't matter how good your event was, their life goes on and you are no longer a priority. So I will, at my event, if I want to see you, for example, I'll make sure I'm hosting a good event, I'll make sure you're having a good time, and then about an hour in, I'll say, Andrew, I would really love to just chat. May I call you tomorrow for 15 minutes? Let's get it on our calendar right now. Because you know how it is. Scheduling with you is a nightmare. Back and forth, put it in, it's not a priority, blah, blah, blah. Versus if you're in front of me, then that's what I will do. So I tell people that if you're using these events for lead generation or making new friends, whatever, schedule the next follow-up meeting at the event itself. Now that I know who the good people are, who I want to kind of connect with, potentially then you could do a 5-person dinner, maybe like out at a restaurant. And you should know hosting dinners is an art, and so you should think a little bit about that. But then you could host something like a dinner for 5 people. Generally though, I find that a good way to keep and build relationships is just to invite people to things. Maybe there's a movie that's out right now that you want to go to. Well, now you have a list of people who you can invite to go see that movie. Maybe it's an art show, maybe it's a gathering, maybe it's something fun. Just keep inviting people to things, and that will keep you top of mind on their list, that maybe they will then invite you to something. That's the best advice that I have as far as how you would build good relationships. I'll use that as an example with Sam Parr. When I wanted to build a relationship with Sam, there's 1 million people trying to get into Sam's calendar. I know New York very well, and so I made it a point to invite him to things that he would think were cool and interesting, so that I could build a relationship with him.
That's really cool. And what about people that say no? Would you keep inviting them to things if they say no a lot?
You know, I've thought a lot about this and I go different ways. At the end of the day, I think it's a me problem and not a them problem. I think you have to give up a little bit of your ego, and there's no cost to a new network builder to invite people. So I will generally invite people who I want to connect with until they say no, stop inviting me, because the risk reward is so small. It costs me nothing to invite you, and maybe one time it will work out and you will come.